LSU, part of the country where you're from, where it's obviously you're very tapped in there. You're tapped in everywhere. This year we let off with Ole Miss, and I feel like Ole Miss and LSU have kind of traded places in the way that they've gone about things. It used to be Ole Miss, high-flying offense, couldn't stop a nosebleed in the nurse's office, right? Now, it seems like LSU, at least as of late, has turned into what Ole Miss used to be, and Ole Miss has become a more balanced and complete team. Led the SEC in turnover margin last year. One of the most disruptive teams when it comes from getting in the backfield, causing pressure, moving guys around, doing things like that. Not saying they're the best defense in the world, but when you look at LSU and you look at this team, I know they've made some moves with the coaching staff, obviously. And Brian Kelly's a great CEO. He understands balance. He gets that. Do you feel like this LSU team is going to be more balanced, right? You don't have to recreate what you did last year, but are you seeing that? Are you feeling that a little bit in Baton Rouge? Or is this going to be the same old song and dance that we've seen where they can score, but they can't stop anybody?
Well, I love the fact that they've diversified in terms of having multiple backs that can be a problem coming out of the backfield to catch passes. Nussmeier is somebody that they really have confidence in. I do too. Now, he's not going to run it like Jalen. We're talking about a once-in-a-lifetime combination runner-thrower that Jaden was. But Nussmeier is the goods. And he can be, I think, Burrow-esque, shall I say.
He's an NFL player.
If he develops confidence, he's an NFL player. There's no doubt about that. I think that their offense will be more balanced. My concern is, will their defense stop anything? Yeah. And that is where the proof in the pudding on some of the changes that he's made, and they're NFL-type changes. So I'll go back and use the New Orleans Saints philosophy when they won the World Championship in 2009, okay? Breeze and those guys were lighting it up. Sean Payton had an unbelievable offense. This offense that was first put in with Brady was what? A derivative of the Saints offense that Orgeron captivated, and with the help of Steve Ensminger, they turned it into a one-hit wonder and was the best. They were one of the best teams, if not, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
If not the best. Well, hit fumble. Alabama,
it's all good. Look, we'll Jurassic Park this whole thing.
Let me fix this thing or I'm going to look like Lurch. All right, here we go. Or Uncle Fester, one or the other. So if they can be a better than average defense, fellas, a better than average defense, they can win the whole thing. I believe that. Now, what was the Saints? What was their ranking in 2009 in the NFL? You remember?
Defensively?
Yeah. Where do they rank in the league?
I would say somewhere around 12th to 13th.
They were 11th. Okay. So you're right on. Okay, they were 11th. And what did they do? They pressured. Okay, they pressured and they got turnovers. If you pressure and you get extra possessions for an offense that's that good, then you can win with an average or just better than average defense, even in the NFL. Well, I think in college football, the same is true now. This notion that you have to have a great defense to win championship is long since gone. Okay, it may feel good to fans to be able to say, well, our defense will kick some butt and blah, blah, blah. And I know they say that going back through the years in Alabama with Bill Oliver and then all the other great defenses that Saban has. But the game has evolved now. And you do win with offense and with a defense that can what? Give your team the ball back. It's a possessions game now. Kiffin, I think, is ahead in terms of building his roster because he committed to the portal in ways that really Brian didn't. Now, Brian missed on some guys last year from a defensive standpoint in the portal. Yeah. So it's got to be proven to me that their talent judgment on the portal side defensively has improved mightily. Because just through recruiting alone, you're not going to be able to do that.
Well, it's so weird watching LSU, David, not be good on defense. It's like finding out your dad can't fight. Like, it's just weird.
That's a good way.
It's tough.
That's tough to watch.
That's a great analogy.
Or finding out that Cone can't sing.
Yeah.
But actually, Cone can sing.
I know. Timmy, yeah.
Hey, new song today. It released today, good. Tim. Thank you. Share it.
I got a song called "Please God Stop Him on 4th and 31" that I'm releasing tomorrow.
That's originated on the plains.
It did, yeah.
Tim, the report surfaced yesterday that the NCAA could pay more than $2.7 billion to former collegiate athletes to settle antitrust suits with them preventing name, image, and likeness. What do you know about this story so far, and how much of that $2.7 billion are we eligible for here?
True. I don't know specifically very much about that specific story, but just add it to the tote board, David. Okay, yeah. They're in deep doo-doo, okay? And they will never get out of it. We are a couple of years away. I'm telling you, when the new CFP deal goes into effect, I don't think the NCAA will have a thing to do with college
I agree.
football.
I don't think they should.
I really don't.
I don't think they should. I hope so.
They shouldn't. I said this at the end of last year.
Yeah,
I did.
You did. I remember that.
I think you got to look at it from a big picture standpoint. If you're the ringleaders of college football, and we know who they are, okay? Sankey, Petiti, and Yormark are the leaders in the clubhouse. The two are the two biggies of the Big Ten and the SEC. But the Big 12 is right there on their heels and very legitimate. I think they need to stop thinking like they're a redheaded stepchild, the fans in that league, because they aren't. But if you're looking ahead to the future of your game and how to get it in a place where you can feel comfortable about what the evolution is with the portal, with the NIL and everything else, you got to get the NCAA the hell as far away from you as possible. And as far as college basketball goes, yeah, the tournament's in play until 32, but check the stocks now, okay, on the people who are paying 80% of that freight. Yeah. All right, check out the stock value of Warner Brothers now, and you see what's going on with TNT potentially losing the NBA to Amazon. They're getting rid of properties now. All right. They're looking in those. And when 2032 comes around, Turner, who's been paying 80% of that contract for the NCAA tournament, I don't know how much of a player they're going to be. So the cash cow for basketball is that NCAA tournament. So they're protected. The NCAA is their office is basically funded by the men's tournament, no doubt. The women's boomerang has helped them. They'll make money off that if it continues to grow, because even though they got more money from ESPN, they didn't get that much more money. They got more money, not a lot. But the control in general for all sports for the NCAA is slipping. But they'll hold on to the other sports besides football past the next couple of years. But I think football could be out the door by 26. I really do.
I agree.
All right, Timmy, first, got to know, all right, when it's going to be me and you 2v2 versus these fellas right here in a little scramble action. All right, little content on the course with Crane and Company. I know
we need to do that.
You're a busy man, but I feel like we can nail those schedules down and take a little cheese off these fellas right here.
We can find a way. Okay, we're all in the South. We can find a way, whether it's through the air or if it's a little drive. You guys venture down to the Redneck Riviera at all during the summer months?
We can. We'll be down in Mobile.
A good time.
We'll be down in Mobile, so we can
get something lined up.
Yeah, we can take a ride real quick.
Well, there's a lot of good places down there. I'm thinking maybe a little boondoggle at the Grand Hotel.
Come on, now.
Go to the dog.
I'm down for a good boondoggle.
Come on.
Yeah, a little boondoggle.
Boondoggle at the Grand?
Yeah.
We're going to be down there, aren't we?
Yes.
We're going to be at the Grand.
We're going to be at the Grand, actually.
For the Senior Bowl.
For the Senior Bowl Hall of Fame thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
see,
that's a great idea. And, Stabler, Kenny, when he was alive, had his golf event there, his charity event. Speaking of winning money, I have to tell you this. I was a terrible golfer in 1990. That was the first year of the Stabler.
That's funny, because I still am.
There's hope
2024.
There's hope for me to get better still.
I probably was a 25 handicap, but I just built my house here at Southern Trace. And I had my Ping I2s, and man, I was swinging them. I might shoot 105, but I hit 3 good shots, and I was ready to go the next day.
That's how it reels you back in.
And when you get into a scramble, I'll never forget this. Rush Limbaugh, you'll love this. Rush Limbaugh was there, and he was the MC for the auction, the charity auction they had. And the people from Hollywood that Stabler knew, plus the football players and whatnot, it was packed. Anyway, I'm the D player on my team, and we would bet on our teams going into the final day. So there was a pool of money with 20% of it going to the charity and 80% to the teams. My team won it, and I'll never forget. My wife was on my case about betting, and I said, "Baby, it's a team bet. We'll be fine." Well, when I went up there and collected as the team, celebrity, as I picked up my team check, not a check, cash, filled with, 10s, 20s, about, I think it was like 2,200 a man.
Ooh.
2,200 a man. She was like, this golf is okay, honey. This golf is good.
Yeah.
I get it.
Look at what I have.
I love it. I love it.
And some money went to the charity too. I said, well, honey, money went to the charity too, but this was to keep everybody involved in the last day. It was a 3-day event. We had a blast down there. That's a beautiful spot. That's not a bad thought. We could, we'll work that out.
Let's do it. That's a great idea there.
Thank you. All right, let's go to a $10 donation quickly from Heartbroken Hog. Timmy, this is specifically for you. What do you think of the team Coach Cal is building at Arkansas? What should Hog fans' expectations be in year one?
He's going to win, and he's going to win, I think, significantly. I think that the players that he gets are going to be from somewhere else. You're going to have to get used to that. Mm-hmm. But by the way, Pat Bradley, when he played for Nolan Richardson, was from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Okay. He still boxes his cock. If you listen to Pat Bradley on the air, he hardly sounds like he's from Arkansas.
Yeah. I'm just waiting to see him with Leo DiCaprio and Mark Wahlberg and Jack Nicholson. Yeah.
Bradley was one of my favorite deep three shooters when I covered him playing in the league. But he'll get players from elsewhere, and they'll be in and out of there. Now, I think he'll have to keep some longer than he did at Kentucky, and he was already beginning to do that anyway. I mean, he really was. A couple of years ago, his team was older. They still didn't get it done, and he held on to one player that was the player of the year and still got bounced out the first week by St. Peter's. So, look, the bottom line is that this was a win-win for both Kentucky and Arkansas.
Agreed.
I think that the dynamic in Kentucky will be equally as impactful with Pope as it will be in Arkansas. But Arkansans shouldn't worry about that. What they should be concerned with is how much more focus on their basketball program nationally there will be. I forever thought that Arkansas was, living in the shadow of Kentucky at a time when they deserved their own spotlight. And that was when Nolan was coaching and Pitino was at Kentucky. He played for 2 straight. People forget, it wasn't just one national championship. He was in 3 Final Fours in a span of 5 years, and he won one, and he finished second in the other, and got bounced in the other one in Denver back in '90 with Day and Mayberry, with Mayday. That was a solid program for a long time, but they never really won the respect nationally that they should have because of the presence of Rick at Kentucky. I think with Calipari, he's going to bring a national appeal that will satisfy, I think, a lot of Arkansas fans who have always felt like, hey, we know we're good, but does everybody else? I used to get that from Arkansas fans all the time. Tim, does everybody think of us the way we think of us? I remember that vividly. And this was when they were good. Yeah. Really, really good. Yeah. So, I think he'll do very, very well.
Well, Timmy B, you always do unbelievably very well and satisfy when we bring you on, my friend. Really excited, you hitting 100-foot putts, giving great sports analysis, great stories. The man can do it all from the Chateau. Tim Brando, thanks so much again for joining us this morning, brother, and congrats on the dub.
You got it. May I say one quick thing before we go?
You may say whatever you want, brother.
Thank you, Governor Ron DeSantis, for what you did. Saying, you know what, we're not going to allow biological men to play in the women's game.
Yeah.
Okay, we need more of that. I want to see more of that across the board. Okay, it's just it's beneath contempt.
Yeah.
Okay, what the Biden administration through the NCAA has done with Title IX, and we need more governors to take hold of that, because the first time someone sets a pick that has a blank between her legs and knocks a girl out at midcourt, we got a problem.
For sure.
Lady baller.
Yeah, for sure. Timmy B, always spot on. Thank you so much again, my friend.
Timmy
B, always great. Always great. What's up, YouTube? Hey, thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate you guys' support. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Keep sharing the show. We're loving all the interactions. Again, without you, there is no us, and we really, really appreciate it.